Here's a bunch more of the statues. Yep, there are lots of them in this capital. This room is dedicated just to have these statues in it. Again, this is not part of the dome. This is off to the side in the Capitol building. And this is one of North Dakota's statues. And this is a copy of the Magna Carta. It was a replica, and it's made out of pure gold. It's not the real Magna Carta, but it's a replica of it made out of pure gold. And here we are at Mount Vernon, and that was Washington's house. Was a very nice house. I wouldn't mind living in it today. Here's the backyard. That's the back porch, and there's got a lake in the backyard too. Lucky. And that is an invention of George Washington's. That wagon with the chair on top of it. He made it because normal wagons with four wheels were too bumpy going along the roads. And this is where George Washington was buried. And that's his grave right there. And to the left of him is his wife, Martha. There's Martha. And this little thing was built just to honor the slaves of George Washington. So, now this thing was in the Mount Vernon, museum type thing. And this George Washington head follows you when you walk to the side. The face keeps looking at you. So it was kind of weird. Looks at you up and down, left, right. This is just a little model of like the cowboys and the Indians, or like the French and Indian War. So yeah, they've got a big gunfight going on, and then they got the fort right there. And that was George Washington's sword, and he carried that during the French and Indian War. And there's one of George Washington's pistols and a telescope that he owned. Now, even though this thing looks like a clay statue type thing, it actually looks like a real person if you're standing right next to it. Now, this thing, me and Daniel could not figure out. And just by looking at it, you think you know how they do it, but you don't. Me and Daniel sat there for like a half an hour trying to figure out how they did this. Yeah, it just warps from person to person, and they're not changing the light either, because it looks like that's what they're doing on the camera, but they're not if you look at it from real life, so. Yeah, we could not figure this out. And there's Jacob sleeping. And here we are at part of the scenes of the Battle of Gettysburg. This is where basically the main gunfight happened. all along this valley, the hills, even where I was standing. And here we were on our way back to the airport to go home, and everybody was sleeping. It was really funny. So, that was my trip. Hope you guys enjoyed this video about it.